Did you at any time feel any regret? What have I done? I mean, those lovely days in LA and suddenly I'm in the middle of this.
Yeah, I almost went back 3 times in my life.
What stopped you?
I guess as time went on, the prospect, my grandmother died in 4 or 5 years after while I was still in Jamshedpur. And the ties to remain here were less. Mm. But I guess as you get involved, it becomes more difficult to pack a bag and move again.
Yeah. Did you ever put to use all the training that you had in architecture and structure?
No, not after I came back. I had the opportunity of designing and building a house for my mother, which still stands, and one house in Jamshedpur, but that's about all.
That's about
it.
Yeah. So you were 25 when you moved to Jamshedpur. Do you feel life had surprised you? I mean, did you know how it would turn out?
No. No, it was an experience. It was both culturally an experience, work-wise was an experience.
Did you know where you were going?
No, that's why I almost went back. For 7, 8 years, I just didn't know where I was going.
Yeah. So it has surprised you the way it's turned out, hasn't it?
Yes, things started to change much later in life for me. That it seemed to have a direction. There seemed to be
that you put in a very long apprenticeship, didn't you?
Yes, it seemed like an endless apprenticeship. And perhaps the change came when I got involved with Nelco, which was a small electronic company that nobody wanted to touch.
You were in a firefighting situation, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right. So that was when things started to really become both challenging and interesting.
What was it like working with Mr. G.R.D. Tata?
I just have to say one word. It was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
One looked at him first, in my case, with a certain degree of awe. I have to say I didn't know Jay in my younger days.
He's not directly related to you?
No. No, people have called him my cousin, my uncle, and so
Father
on, but we were really not related. And I really first got to know him while I was in Jamshedpur over our common interest in flying. And I set up a flying club at his behest in Jamshedpur, and that brought us a little closer together. And as years went on, we became closer, mostly through the bond of flying, and through his tremendous interest in new things, new technology, electronics, computers, etc., which gave us common ground to talk, and tremendous excitement over so many things of today's world.
Yes. And in those days?
In those days.
I can imagine. I saw a completely different side from him because I'd met him socially on a number of occasions. I found him very courtly, very generous in his praise. But what I really enjoyed was, we used to play games at a mutual friend's house.
Yes.
And he was wonderful at dumb charades.
I see. That's the side I never saw.
We were, in the beginning, we were always in awe of him.
Yeah.
But within an hour or so, he made us feel he was our age.
He was a wonderful human being, lovely human qualities, totally humble.
Very self-effacing.
Yeah, he never would let anyone check him in, and when he flew, he would always stand in line at a check-in counter. That he drove his car home every evening. He often drove himself to work in the morning, and he was an Indian through and through. He was a very, very warm human being. I really got to know him and love him as time went on.
When were you first aware that he had chosen you as his successor?
Well, probably a few days before it happened.
How did he tell you?
Well, that's a little bit of a long story. We were in Jamshedpur together for a function, and I had to go to Stuttgart for some negotiations with Mercedes-Benz. And when I came back, I heard he'd had a heart problem, and he was in Breach Candy Hospital. He was there a week, and I'd see him every day, and then he was out on a Friday, and the following Monday I went to see him in the office. And he'd always start meetings by saying, well, what's new?
Okay.
And I said, well, Jay, I've been seeing you every day. There's nothing new since I saw you last. And he said, well, I have something that's new that I want to tell you. Sit down. And he said, what has happened to me in Jamshedpur has made me think that I need to step down, and I've decided that you should take my place.